That brake chatter or vibration is back. You can see how nasty that is. I feel like the bike's running funny today. Don't feel like it normally does. I'm gonna check my foot brake. Seems okay. Skill issue. Dude, I fucking don't know how to ride right now. I don't know how to ride. And then I pull off probably the most amount of sit-down circle rotations I've ever had. We're back again. Another lot session. Today we're on the F4i. I really don't know what I want to do today. I know for sure keep hitting some knee knocker circles and then some handbrake stuff, but what exactly I don't know 100%. I know maybe I'll try some clutch bumps. Maybe I'll try and expand that into the staggered position instead of just seat stander. I do want to do the other handbrake flow routine, so my sit down into double back peg circles and then whatever else I had planned for that. I know I want to do my right leg kind of cross through the tank with that left leg still on the foot peg. Maybe that Ralph Louis squat, something like that. But for sure some knee knocker circles and then a mixture of handbrake work. But you'll kind of find out at the end what I end up choosing to do. Alrighty, I'm trying out some new settings on the GoPro right now, trying to see if this will look a little better in low light. I keep forgetting to switch over to my other nighttime preset, and then in Resolve I would do some magic to make it brighter so you could actually see what was going on. But I looked up some videos on low light settings for the GoPro, so we'll see if this makes a difference. It's still bright enough right now, so we'll see as the sun goes down more and the lights come on if things start to look better. It might take more editing post-process, but we'll see what happens. Like I said in the intro here, I know for sure we're going to do some knee knocker circles and some handbrake stuff. The handbrake stuff is TBD. I don't know exactly what I want to do. It's kind of going to be as I go. I know maybe some seat stander frogger work to try and make that a little more consistent. Not Ralph Louis, but right leg crossover with this leg still in the peg. Because what I want to do is my old trick where I go here and then hop to Ralph Louis. And then obviously my sit down, clutch up right into double back peg circles. Try and get those super consistent, like right away, boom, step to it, get into that circle instead of going the entire length of the lot and cutting it. That brake chatter or vibration is back. You can see how nasty that is. Like, it's like light brake pressure, light to medium brake pressure. It bounces like chatters. I don't know if it's a bounce or a chatter. You could probably see it in, you know, my hands and stuff, and it's the whole front end. Like, let's see. Like, you see that thing shake. Like, I've done new front tire, Michelin 2CT, which I do like a lot better than the Dunlop, as I've explained. I've done new rotors from ABC that obviously aren't warped. I've done OEM pads from Honda that this time I actually took the time to bed them properly, and I didn't rush it. I think I gave it a solid, like, 4 or 5 lot sessions before I really started pushing it and trying to, like, be aggressive, like super aggressive on the brakes. So the only other thing I can think of is maybe a sticky piston in the caliper, because I think on my left side here, since, I don't know, I think these are 4 piston. I forget how you count them, but yeah, it's probably 4. One of them, I think the bottom one on the left side never fully comes out. Like, I can pump the lever with the pads out, and that one always seems to stick. I'll like hold with my hands the other pistons to try and get that one to pump out, and it never does. So I'm thinking maybe that's what's causing it. Like that, I hope so, because it's not too hard to rebuild a pair of calipers. So if that's the case, then I just need some seals and then just rebleeding the system and stuff. So you go aggressive like that, no chatter, but we'll go a little more light pressure, coming to a stop. Look at all that vibration. If there are any experts out there that can diagnose that for me, I would be grateful, because I really want to roll stoppies, or at least try to practice them and not have to worry about my whole front end shaking every time I'm up every time I'm up on one wheel, because it's kind of a little sketchy to have that happen when you're trying to roll. Anyone who's good at stoppies can tell you that they would assume any sort of front end movement, vibration, bounce, shake is not what you want to be feeling. Let's get to the riding right now. Like, that's enough talking. Let's try a couple sit-down circles. Why don't we? I lied. I'm gonna forget how to clutch up. Okay, ride a different bike the day before and then you forget how to ride this one. That's the beauty of jumping between bikes, I guess. Dude, I fucking don't know how to ride right now. What the fuck is happening? Fuck yeah, dude. I don't know how to ride, and then I pull off probably the most amount of sit-down circle rotations I've ever had. Fuck yeah. Basically, if I can do that every single time, then I'll start clutching up with both feet up and trying to dip the circle in like that. When I remember doing them on the Grom, I would clutch them up like that with the foot down and get into the circle, and then it almost became easier to just clutch up with both feet on and circle that way. This is what I'm talking about with the consistency. Like, I'll hit one great one like that, and then I have trouble keeping that going sometimes. And that's what the repetitions are supposed to help eliminate. And right now, I'm going to be honest, I'm losing vision. So this is an interesting time. I've never had this happen while riding before. Best way I can say it is, like, my eyes are having trouble focusing completely. Or maybe in the, like, bright light or whatever. It's actually been quite a while since this has happened. That was okay. I think I could have gone longer. I think I also need to be a little more smooth on the foot brake. I'll take that. Those are some pretty solid foot brake circles. I'll do sit downs with handbrake and the double back peg circles right now. That's some weird fucking 1000 RR bullshit wheelie type stuff. That was a lot quicker, so I'm gonna count that as one. That was one successful attempt. That was good. That'll be number 2. It was good. Just couldn't cut. I like that, but I just couldn't cut the double back peg circle. That's fine. I like that. Clutching up quick, getting right to it. So we finished up today's last session on the F4i. I ended up doing sit-down circles unexpectedly. I kind of like to do them as a little bit of warm-up for foot brake, but they started to feel good, so I just kind of kept rolling with them. I think I didn't get it on this camera, but I got it on the GoPro, and I probably had the best set of sit-down circles that I've had, like, I don't know, so far, like probably 5 rotations maybe. I gotta go back and look at the footage, but the first one felt pretty long, and then the other 2 were up there, probably maybe 3 rotations, something like that. And I did a little handbrake work. I only did my sit down clutch ups into double back peg circles, getting them up and into the circle as quick as possible. And towards the end, you'll see I got them in a pretty short distance. I really didn't try and circle too much with them after, just to conserve the energy there, but I wanted to just focus on getting that clutch up quick into that into double back peg right away and into the circle. So a couple more reps with that should do me good, and then I can probably start to expand. And then at the end here, we focus on some knee knocker circles, back to foot brake. And at the last one, I had a pretty good one where my back leg was starting to straighten out, and I'm clutching them up a lot quicker and dipping them, you know, immediately, almost equivalent to like sit down circles, because I should be able to do these in tight spaces. I'm kind of doing them out here in the asphalt area just because it gives me a little more room, and then I can take it to like the concrete in a little bit more of an enclosed space once I'm confident in that. Now that I have the clutch ups a little more consistent and quick with the dip into the circle, I can kind of go practice them in a tighter spot, which would be good. But probably keep working on that. I didn't get to the other part of the handbrake stuff where I was trying to do some of the other combos with how clutch works. So probably a couple days from now, I'm gonna come back out here and I'll make handbrake my main focus, and then probably try some more knee knocker stuff. Sit down circles, I'll probably save. I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of hard. There's so much stuff to practice, and I feel like if I take too long in between, then I'm gonna lose that like consistency. It's hard to decide sometimes. I try and do some foot brake, try and do some handbrake. I mean, there's acro, there's stoppies, there's drifts. Like, there's so much stuff to practice. So that's a recap for tonight's lot session. Today we got the F4i out. We're gonna do some sit-down circles, some clutch pumps, and then some more knee knocker circles. Today's a little bit of a shorter session, just because I'm restricted on time. So I'm gonna try and be effective with it and make the most use of what we got today. I'm gonna try and bang out some knee knocker circles in these last 15 minutes here. See if I can get a couple with the legs straight. See if we can just start cutting them right away. No real warm up. That would be amazing. I don't know. I feel like the bike's running funny today. Don't feel like it normally does. I'm gonna check my foot brake. Seems okay. Skill issue. Even if I can't get a good circle going, I'm at least happy that I can kind of clutch up and dip them right away. Because that's kind of a mental thing, like being able to do that. Oh, that was pretty good. I think I was pretty straight, pretty close to the bars. Ah, motherfucker. Quit being a pussy. Why do I fuck up when I change locations? It's literally the same shit, just a different piece of pavement. It's not worth the effort. Back for another lot session with the F4i, but as you can tell, energy level isn't there today. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm kind of mentally distracted a little bit, but I said I was gonna come here today, so we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make the best of today instead of just staying home. Obviously some handbrake, foot brake work, try and prioritize handbrake today. I don't know, we'll see what plans out for today. I don't really have too many specifics. I know I wanna get some like handbrake flow going, maybe do a couple sit-down circles, knee knocker circles, just to kind of keep those repetitions going, and then maybe some more clutch bumps at the end, but I'll recap you towards the end of this. Try my froggers, maybe that Ralph Louis squat again, some clutch bump stuff. We'll see what we got going. I don't know why I can't get in a Ralph Louis right there. Got down there a little bit for this Ralph Louis squat. I think I need to work on my clutch work in Ralph Louis first, because I know I'm gonna have to probably clutch in to get out of it at some point, and that's honestly what's holding me back. And that's what holds me back for a lot of tricks too, is because the clutch work is so important, because you can save a lot of stuff. You can feel more comfortable if you use the clutch, because you know there's a way to save it and it's not as out of control as you think. Trying to get my steps in, baby. Couple clutch bumps there. Gonna be easier on the brake. That's my biggest issue. Damn, this bitch runs. She does not want to stop when that happens. workout session. Started with handbrake stuff. Tried to do the right foot cross through while the left foot's on the left peg, where you could like jump the route fluid. Still have this problem of like, can't get my foot through the tank. Like, I keep hitting my knee on the tank. And I gotta play around with the body position, see what's up with that. Tried to do that squat and route fluid where I bring this left leg back onto the seat, kind of in the foothold, and kind of get squat down, get low. Wasn't able to stay down there quite long, but I'm committing to kind of getting my body that way. And then clutching up from sit down into double back peg, no issue doing that. Like, I have that locked down. So I think I'm ready to take the next step and jump straight into a seat stander from a sit down. So that was the first part of handbrake. Sit down circles is the next thing I worked on, and not hot today. Like, I wasn't getting many rotations. Like, I can clutch up, dip it fine, but I don't know, just not on my game with sit down circles lately. And then I did some knee knocker circles while I was doing foot brake. Those were so-so. I mean, a couple good ones, a lot of shitty ones. I'm proud that I'm able to clutch up super quick and dip them right away. Like, I've got a good feeling of how to control that bike and kind of push it into the circle. So that's one positive to look at there. And I did have one good knee knocker circle with that back leg straight, but I got to get a little more smooth with the foot brake. This 4-piston foot brake is kind of, I don't know, a little touchy. And then went back to handbrake. Did some froggers, seat stander in a frogger, and I had a couple where I was able to get a few more rotations out of the froggers, which is something I've struggled with because low sides right away. But I found out today that the quicker I clutch up and then just get right in the frogger and start, you know, steering it with my body that way, the better it turns out, instead of like half-assing the commitment into frogger. Usually that's when the bike's kind of out of balance. So pretty happy with the froggers today because I was able to get in there, feel comfy, get a couple rotations going, get back to seat stander, and then just a couple clutch bumps at the end. Seat stander, clutch bumps, a couple staggered ones. I got to work on the staggered ones a little more, but getting comfortable with that. Basically, the big thing with clutch bumps, I'm still using a lot of brake coming out of it, so I got to get a little bit better with using less brake and kind of just trusting the bike isn't going to go flying right away. But that's it for today. It's a little bit better than yesterday, but still another short session. So I'm going to really try and get a nice long one in on the weekend with the F4i so I don't feel rushed with a lot of these tricks and can really put some more time, especially in the sit-down circles.
Hottest stash in the carpet. Yeah, we trapping out apartments. I ain't done where you start shit. To be honest, get the flame in my heart, gotta